Hi guys, well let's begin our discussion over the questions on conic sections. First question is for 2 marks. It says find the equation of the ellipse which has major axis along the x-axis and it passes through 2 points 4, 3 and -1, 4. Now equation of ellipse with major axis along x-axis and center at origin. We are talking about standard equations only. So if the major axis is along x-axis and the center is at origin is given by x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. Basically the ellipse in that situation looks like what? Looks something like this, right? The major axis is along x-axis and the center is at origin. This is my origin. That's my major axis, that's my minor axis. So this is 0, b, 0, minus b. This is a, 0 and this is 0, minus a, 0. And this point is 0, 0. The equation of this is x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. A is clearly greater than b. Now it is given that these 2 points 4, 3 and -1, 4 are actually lying on this ellipse. X and y represent the x and y coordinates of all the points which lie on this ellipse. That means the x and y coordinates of these 2 points are going to satisfy the equation of my ellipse. 4, 3 and -1, 4 lie on the ellipse star. So its coordinates are going to satisfy the equation x square is 4 square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1, and again -1 square by a square plus 4 square by b square equals 1. Say this is 1, say this is 2. When you solve 1 and 2, solving 1 and 2, it's very easy. You can see both the equations are in 2 unknowns, a square and b square, so you can clearly solve them. You will get a square is 247 by 7 and b square is 247 by 15. Therefore, equation of ellipse turns out to be x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. So eventually you will be getting 7x square plus 15y square equals 247. This is the equation of the required ellipse. Next question says that find the coordinates of the foci, vertices, eccentricity and also find the length of the latus rectum of the hyperbola y square minus 16x square equals 16. If you have y square minus 16x square equals 16, I can divide throughout by 16. You will be getting y square by 16 minus 16x square by 16, so it is x square by 1 equals 1, which resembles the standard form y square by a square minus x square by b square equals 1. So where a square is 16, b square is 1. Fine. So here we are talking about the hyperbola with foci on the y-axis. So it's something like this. Fine. So this is y square by 4 square because it is 16 minus x square by 1 square equals 1. You know that from here to here, this is my transverse axis, The endpoints of the transverse axis are my vertices. The length of the transverse axis is actually 2a. So these points are going to have what? A square is 16, that means a is 4, b is 1. So this point is 0 comma a and this is 0 comma minus a. Fine. 0 comma a, 0 comma minus a. Here is your focus. The length of your conjugate axis is 2b. Length of your conjugate axis is 2b. From here to here it is b, from here to here it is b. What is b? B square is 1 square, so b is 1. This is 1 comma 0. This is minus 1 comma 0. So if your a is 4, b is 1, I know in this hyperbola what happens is b is defined as under root c square minus a square, which is under root, or I can write this then. I don't know what is c, so I'll write b square equals c square minus a square, or c square is b square plus a square. B square is 16, a square is 1, so this is 17. So c is root 17. Basically c is nothing but, or 2c is nothing but the distance between the two foci. So from here to here it is c, here to here it is c. This point is 0 comma c, that is root 17, and this point is 0 comma minus root 17. Fine, so foci has coordinates 0 comma root 17, 0 comma minus root 17. The vertices have coordinates 0 comma 4, 0 comma minus 4. After that I talk about eccentricity. Eccentricity is given by c upon a. C is coming out to be root 17, a is 4. So this is my eccentricity. Length of lattice rectum. If I talk about lattice rectum, this is my lattice rectum. This, both the lattice rectum have exactly the same length. Length of the lattice rectum. Length of lattice rectum is 2b square by a, that is 2 into b square is 1, a is 4, so this gives you 1 by 2. So now let's get back. Coordinates of the foci are 0 comma plus minus root 17, because the focus is lying along the y-axis. Vertices have coordinates 0 comma plus minus 4. Vertices are also lying along the y-axis. Eccentricity is coming out to be root 17 by 4. Length of the lattice rectum is coming out to be 1 by 2. Is it understood? After computation of all these values, let's move to the next question. Next question says what? Let's try to examine that. We have third question saying find the equation of the circle which passes through the origin and cuts off intercepts 3 and 4 from the positive parts of the axis respectively. So here basically the circle is doing what? The circle is passing through origin somewhat like this. The circle is moving. It is cutting off an intercept on the positive x-axis, cutting off an intercept on the positive y-axis. Now this is origin. It is cutting off an intercept of 3 units on the positive x-axis. This point is 3 comma 0. It is cutting off an intercept of 4 units on the y-axis, so this point is 0 comma 4. I need to find the equation of this circle. This is my center. Say the center has coordinates h comma k. Let the equation of the circle be x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square equals r square, where this distance is r, that is the radius. Now if this is r, drop a perpendicular here and talk about this triangle. So this point is P, this is point is O, and say this point is R. In triangle, right angle triangle POR, what are you getting? Obviously if this complete is 3, OR is half of 3. and if this complete is 4, if I talk about dropping a perpendicular from here to here, say this is S, then PS is half of 4 and PS is same as PR, right? So you are getting PR is 2 and OR is 3 by 2. In this right angle triangle, then you can compute OS. You know that hypotenuse square is equals to base square plus perpendicular square. OR is 3 by 2 square plus PR square, PR is 2. This is 9 by 4 plus 4, this is 4 into 4 is 16. 16 plus 9 is 25 by 4. So clearly OS is 5 by 2 and OS is nothing but the value of R. Now if this is R, clearly if this is R, that means what? What do you mean by this? Now H is what? H is this distance and K is this distance. K distance is clearly 2. What is K? K distance is clearly 2. How far is this point from the origin? This is going to give you the coordinates of the center. What will be the coordinates of my center? This complete distance, this is R and this is, what is this? This is my K. Isn't this K? Isn't this quantity K? If I have my R as 5 by 2, what is my K? What is K? K is the y coordinate of the center and this is equal to, exactly equal to 2 itself, because this itself is my quantity K. So K is 2. If you have got your K, you have got your R, have you got the coordinates of your center or not? Is H and K both computed successfully and R computed successfully, so that you can then write the very equation of this circle by replacing H, K and R by the respective quantities? Give it a thought and we would be right back to the same question, completing it and moving to the next. So in here guys, obviously if this is my K, OR is my H and the radius I have already computed. OR already I have got as 3 by 2. So my H is 3 by 2. I have got H, I have got K, I have got R. So equation is x minus H whole square plus y minus K whole square equals R square. Clear? That's the equation of my circle. Next question says, focus of a parabolic mirror as shown in the figure is at a distance of 5 centimeters from its vertex. That means, if suppose this is my focus, this is my vertex obviously, then this distance is nothing but 5. If the mirror is 45 centimeters deep, find the distance AB. Please clearly understand, if this is 45, that means this is 45. This is nothing but the x coordinate of point A and x coordinate of point B. Both are having it as 45 each. And this distance is going to be the y coordinate of point A. Suppose I am saying this distance is L, then 45 comma L are the coordinates of point A and 45 comma minus L are the coordinates of point B. Fine. I want to compute the length AB. I know that if I say this is P, then AP is same as PB. Why? Because this particular parabola is always symmetric with respect to the positive x-axis. Whatever is the structure above x-axis, its exact mirror image is below the x-axis. So whatever is this distance, exactly same as this distance. So if I wish to compute AB, AB is twice of AP, twice of L. AB is actually twice of L. Fine. If AB is twice of L, I wish to compute the very distance between A and B. For that I will have to compute L and then take twice of it. Now the point A is having coordinates 45 comma L and point A is lying on this parabola. Equation of this parabola is what? Equation of the parabola with vertex, origin and focus as 5, 0. This is my focus. Its coordinates are what? 5, 0 of this point, say F, which is acting as my focus, is y square equals 4 into a into x, where a, 0 are the coordinates of my focus. A is positive. Clear? A is positive. This gives you y square equals 20x. And 45, L, that is my point A, lies on this parabola. So clearly its coordinates are going to satisfy the equation of this parabola. So you get y square, that is L square, equals 20 into 45, that is 900. So L is plus minus 30. So A has coordinates 45, 30 and B has coordinates 45, minus 30. If this is 30, that means L is 30. So what is the length of AB? AB is twice of 30. That is 60 centimeters. Is it clear? Moving to the next, we have find the equation of the parabola which is symmetric about the y-axis and passes through the point 2, minus 3. What would that be? If I have equation of the parabola which is symmetric about the y-axis, passes through the point 2, minus 3. See, if the parabola is symmetric about y-axis, it can either be like this or it can be like this. This has equation x square equals 4ay. This has equation x square equals minus 4ay. A is positive, A, or I should write 0, A is my focus in this case, and in this case 0, minus A is my focus. A is positive, A is positive. It is saying the parabola passes through 2, minus 3. 2, minus 3 is a point lying in the 4th quadrant. If the point is lying in the 4th quadrant, you can see if this is the parabola which is symmetric about y-axis, it is never ever going to pass through the point 2, minus 3 because it is only containing points coming from 1st and 2nd quadrant. So never ever I can have this parabola passing through 2, minus 3. That means the parabola which is symmetric about y-axis passing through 2, minus 3 is definitely this one. Is it clear? Somewhere here would be say 2, minus 3. The required parabola, is x square equals minus 4ay, A positive. As 2, minus 3 lies on it, this implies it satisfies the equation of this parabola 2, minus 3. So 2 square is equals to minus 4a into minus 3, that is 4 is equals to 12a, a is equal to 1 by 3. Therefore, what is my required equation? Therefore, equation is x square equals minus 4a y, that is 3x square equals minus 4y. That is the required equation of the parabola. Next, we have find the equation of the ellipse whose length of the major axis is 20 and foci are 0, plus minus 5. This obviously means that the major axis is along y-axis because focus is lying on the major axis, and that is given to be as y-axis because the coordinates are 0, plus minus 5. So obviously somewhat like this would be my ellipse, right? Focus is given to be 0, plus minus 5, that is the focus, 0, 5, 0, minus 5. These are the vertices. AB is my major axis, length of AB is given to be 20. If length of the major axis is 20, that means length of the semi-major axis is 10. From origin to point A, if it is 10, that means the coordinates here are 0, 10 and here they are 0, minus 10. Then it is given that, then nothing else is given. After that I know that this CD is my minor axis and the length of CD I know is 2B. And the distance between the two foci I know is 2C. Inside my ellipse I know that C square is A square minus B square. So C is given to be 5, C is given to be 5, 0, plus minus C are the coordinates of the focus, right? So C is given to be 5, so C square is equal to A square. A is what? 10, because 0, plus minus A are actually my vertices. A square, this is 100 minus B square. B square is 100 minus 25, that is 75. So B is actually root 75. Fine. So this will have coordinates B, 0, C will have minus B, 0. I don't need that. Equation of the ellipse is, what is the equation of such an ellipse which has major axis along y axis? Center is at origin, it is x square by b square plus y square by a square equals 1. So it is x square by b square plus y square by a square equals 1. This is my required equation of the ellipse. Clear? Next we have, find the equation of the hyperbola where foci are 0, plus minus 12 and length of the latus rectum is 36. Obviously, if the foci is given on the y-axis because it has coordinates 0, plus minus 12, that means my hyperbola looks like this. Find 0, plus minus 12, they are the coordinates of my foci. So this is 0, 12, this is 0, minus 12. I am given that the length of the latus rectum is 36. If 0, plus minus 12 is the very coordinates of my focus, that means C is given to be 12 and I am given length of latus rectum, is given by 2b square by a, which is given to be 36. That is 2b square is given to be 36a and c is given to be 12. And I know that in the hyperbola b quantity is defined to be under root of c square minus a square, or b square is c square minus a square. B square is 36 by 2a, that is 18a. C square is 144 minus a square, or I can write this as a square plus 18a minus 144 equals 0. This is a quadratic equation in A. When you resolve this, you get A is minus 24, 6. But A actually represents what? This point is actually 0, a, and this point is 0, minus a. This is my origin. So from here to here the distance is a. A is the distance, a is the length, so a can never be negative. If a can never be negative, I cannot take a to be minus 24, as a cannot be negative. Therefore, a is not equal to minus 24 and a is equal to 6. B is what? What is my C? C first of all is 12 and B is what? B square is given to be 18a, so it is 18 into 6, that is 108, a square is 36. So what is the equation of my ellipse? Not ellipse, hyperbola. Equation of this hyperbola is, what is this? Transverse axis is along y-axis and conjugate axis is along x-axis. It is given by y square by a square minus x square by b square equals 1. Y square by a square minus x square by b square equals 1. That is the very hyperbola. Let's move to the next one. We have find the equation of the hyperbola whose conjugate axis is given of length 5 and distance between the foci is 13. So here let's take the standard one, hyperbola itself. I am taking this standard hyperbola. It is given to me that, see, right now what is the case? This is my transverse axis and say this is my conjugate axis. Say this is C, this is D. It is given that this distance is equal to 5, but I know 2B is taken as the length of the conjugate axis and this is given to me as 5. It is also given that the distance between the two foci, okay, so this is say minus C comma 0 and this is C comma 0. The distance between the two foci, say this is F1 and this is F2. I know that I take the distance between the two foci as 2C, that is given to me as 13. Inside this hyperbola, this is my origin. Inside this hyperbola, I know that if this is my point A and point B, then I know that this quantity B is defined to be under root C square minus A square. B square is C square minus A square. What is A square? Because the length of the transverse axis is taken to be 2A. So B has coordinates A comma 0 and A has coordinates minus A comma 0. What is A? A square is C square minus B square. C square, C is 13 by 2 minus B square, B is 5 by 2. So this is 169 minus 25, that is 144 by 2. No, 144 by 4. Isn't it? This is 169 minus 25 whole upon 4, that is 144 by 4. This is A square so you get, this implies A is 6. If A square is 36, A is 6, so you have 6 comma 0 and minus 6 comma 0 as the coordinates of my vertices of this hyperbola. Now that you have got the coordinates of A as well, B as well, C as well, I am wishing to get the equation of this hyperbola. It is given by x square by A square, A is 6, minus y square by B square. What is B? B is 5 by 2, so B square is 25 by 4 equals 1. This gives you what? X square minus 4y square, x square by 36, 4y square by 25 equals 1. That is 25x square minus 36 into 4 is 144, y square equals 900, because 36 into 25 is 900. This happens to be the very respective equation of this hyperbola. Let's move to the next one. We have find the equation of the circle which passes through the points 2 comma minus 2 and 3 comma 4 and whose center lies on the line x plus y equals 2. So basically I am saying let the equation of this circle be x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square equals r square, where h comma k represents the center of the circle and r represents the radius. Now there are three equations which will be formed. Firstly, 2 comma minus 2 lies on the circle. If 2 comma minus 2 lies on the circle, this implies its coordinates satisfy the equation of the circle 2 comma minus 2. So 2 minus h whole square plus minus 2 minus k whole square equals r square. Next I have 3 comma 4 also lies on the circle. So Coordinates of 3, 4 satisfy the equation of this circle. So it is 3 minus h whole square plus 4 minus k whole square equals r square. And thirdly, it says center lies on the line x plus y equals 2. Center h comma k lies on the line x plus y equals 2. So its coordinates satisfy the equation of this line. In place of x, put x coordinate, in place of y, put y coordinate, and this is equal to 2. So you have one equation in h, k and r, another equation in h, k and r, and third equation is in h and k. From here you can just find out the value of h in terms of k, put it over here, entire left hand side will be in terms of k. Put it over here, entire left hand side will be in terms of k. So you will have these two equations in k and r, two equations in two unknowns k and r help you get the value of k and r. Once k and r's value you have computed, you can compute the value of h from anywhere. Also from here you can then compute the value of h, and that comes out to be 0.7, k comes out to be 1.3, r comes out to be 12.58, r square comes out to be 12.58 actually. So on solving 1, 2 and 3, we get h is 0.7, k is 1.3, r square is 12.58. Therefore, equation of this circle is x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square equals r square. Is it clear? Next we have find the coordinates of the foci, vertices, length of the major and minor axis and eccentricity of the ellipse 9x square plus 4y square equals 36. Now we have to by the equation decode whether the ellipse is having major axis along x axis or major axis along y axis. So if you have 9x square plus 4y square equals 36, divide both sides by 36, you get 9x square by 36 plus 4y square by 36 equals 1, which implies x square by 4 plus y square by 9 equals 1, which implies x square by 2 square plus y square by 3 square equals 1, and 3 is greater than 2. That means along y-axis you are getting 3 and along x-axis you are getting 2. That means the ellipse is actually along having major axis along the y-axis. So it is like this. Major axis is along y-axis. This is B. So here A is 2, or I should write B is 2 and A is 3, right? This is having, say this is A point, this is B point, this is C and this is D. Clear? Fine. A has coordinates what? 0, 3 and this is 0, minus 3. C has coordinates 2, 0. This is minus 2, 0. Major axis, minor axis is CD, major axis is AB. Somewhere here would be my focus. Fine, somewhere here would be my focus. So basically I have got the coordinates of the vertices 0, plus minus 3. Fine, let's find out the coordinates of the focus. Now I know if A is 3, B is 2 in an ellipse, C square is A square minus B square. There is 9 minus 4 which is 5. So C is root 5. If C is root 5, coordinates of the first focus are 0, root 5 and this is 0, minus root 5. This is my first focus and this is my second focus. Eccentricity is C by A, which is root 5 by A is 3, root 5 by 3. So I have the coordinates of the foci as 0, plus minus root 5. I have the coordinates of the vertices as 0, plus minus 3, length of the major and length of the minor axis. Let's calculate length of major axis, that is length of the segment AB, is 2A, that is 2 into 3, which is 6 units, right, because A is 3. 2A is the length of the major axis, 2B is the length of the minor axis. So length of minor axis would be, length of minor axis, that is length of the segment CD, is 2B, that is 2 into 2, that is 4 units, because B is 2. So length of the major axis is 6, length of the minor axis is 2 units, eccentricity is root 5 by 3. And that completes our discussion over all the questions. Please go through them very nicely. That's it from my side. Thank you.